We just got done playing the Lord of the Rings Fate of the Fellowship, again with David and Tina. All right.
Again.
Woo, that was a game. What are your thoughts?
Very thematic. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, it's got everything. It's got characters are really cool. The cards are really cool. A little complicated. Keeping track of 2 different players at 2 different locations on the board, 2 different characters that have different abilities. That was very challenging. If you're a huge Pandemic fan, it's probably a lot easier to learn because a lot of the mechanics are very similar to Pandemic. But it's different enough. The board is very busy. I haven't come to a conclusion on if this is something I would want or not. It's very nice pieces. I mean, the Nazgul are great. The meeples are pretty cool.
Tina, what about you?
I think that the meeples are adorable. I'm a meeple fan, and these are the tiniest meeples I've ever seen. The bad guys have axes, the good guys have swords. So I think they're really cute. I love the pieces. As far as the gameplay, though, I did play Frodo, and I feel like Frodo was a little challenging because so many of the cards over there, the despair cards, took the Nazgul to Frodo, and Frodo's a little more difficult to move. It's a cooperative game, and I feel like it requires the cooperation to be able to win the game.
Definitely.
I think I'd have to play it a couple more times to know if I wanted it for sure, but I definitely like the theme.
So, being obvious Lord of the Rings fans, I really want to like this game
Yeah.
a lot. Having said that, this definitely does the Lord of the Rings theme justice.
Yes.
Like, it does a really good job of creating the atmosphere. The theme plays really well into the Pandemic system, which is kind of surprising. And the map looks awesome. Having said that, it is quite busy, and there is a lot going on. And as much as I like it, and I don't see what you could change to make it simpler, it does seem a little too complex especially for your average gamer. I do like it. I'm not sure we're going to want to buy it.
The one thing I think could be improved is the pathing. All the colored arrows for the movements of the troops, I think it's very challenging. There's some areas that are so busy. Like there was times we couldn't even see because there's so many pieces.
Especially here in Athelion, where everything comes together right here at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Because that is always the final objective.
Right.
Right.
So everything comes together here and everything is there.
Well, and it bottlenecks. I feel like it has bottlenecks that you are forced, like the amount of stealth needed. I know. I understand that's intentional.
Adds to the theme, and that's why I say I don't know what you can change. But I agree with you with all of the arrows, even if they made the arrows a little more distinct color-wise. Because, okay, well, follow the blue arrows. Well, these are greenish and these are purple. Which ones are blue?
Well,
the orange ones are obvious, but
it is colorblind friendly. So you can see the patterns of the arrows are colorblind friendly. So it is something that colorblind can even keep track of them.
Still difficult to see when you're.
It is.
When you got
There's
all
a
the
lot.
stuff on the board.
But even the pathing is thematic with the routes they took.
Yep.
But
and the art is excellent.
Oh yeah, the art's amazing. Like I said, thematically, if you're a Lord of the Rings, there's people that are going to buy it just because it's Lord of the Rings, and the map is beautiful. The Nazgul. I mean, they've even got variation in the Nazgul. It's not like they cookie cuttered one Nazgul. There's actually differences in it. At least 2 different styles, and they're at different heights. So that also gives variation.
I feel like it might be easier to see the board if the Nazgul weren't so high up off the board. I mean, I know it's nice and it helps it thematically, but because you have them and they tend to pile up where Frodo is, you're trying to look through all that, and it might actually be better if they were like wooden meeples or something where you weren't trying to look down through them.
I agree. I was having trouble when the Nazgul were there.
Yeah.
Or half the size. These could be half this size, and it would probably be 10 times better.
Oh, but it wouldn't look as epic.
It wouldn't look as right.
Or even if someone made a play mat
that was
Bigger.
50
Bigger.
Yes.
That's, you know what? That would dramatically improve the game, is someone making a play mat that stretches it out a little bit so that there's more room, and they could probably make the arrows a little more distinct in color.
And again,
Well, there you go.
Well, those are
Our
the
first thoughts.
first impressions of
First impression.
The Lord of the Rings, The Fate of the Fellowship pandemic system.